The score that stands for Mumbai in their pursuit of a score under 160, 75 for 2. 9 times out of 10, you tell yourself, chasing side, well in control, done and dusted, let's go home. But this happens to be Mumbai. For some reason, they've found ways not to pick up 2 points in several of their games. So we can't really count them out yet. Good bowling attack for Rajasthan. Let's find out what Lisa Sthalekar happens to, how she assesses it at this stage on Cricbuzz Comm Box. Lisa, if it had been any other team other than Mumbai this season, we'd have said game over. But
yeah, there is a big but, isn't there? And given the fact that Rajasthan have got some wonderful bowlers that they can go to, Chahal has only bowled one, so he's still got 3 to go. Kuldeep Sen has got another 3 to go. So they've got some big players that know how to finish out a game. And we have already seen that it's a pitch that's quite tricky when you first come in. So if they can break this partnership, if they can kind of get rid of Suryakumar Yadav, because he seems to be the one that looks like he's playing quite freely, then it will change on its head. So don't go anywhere.
But the positive side of it is that, well, it's been the usual story. Unfortunately, Rohit on his birthday, Ishan Kishan looked good, then went again doing what he's done throughout the season. Maybe looked a little bit more efficient with 26 of 18. It probably have been 18 of 26 on most days. But Suryakumar Yadav and Tilak Varma have been their 2 bright spots. So they desperately want them to stay.
Yeah, they do, because then they kind of expose a Tim David, who's only played a couple of games, Kyron Pollard, who hasn't really gone as well as he would have liked. Maybe he's 1 innings away from a match-winning knock. Daniel Sams as well. So they're untried, or except for, in the sense of Daniel Sams and Tim David, untried in at this level to be able to finish off a game. So they really do need Tilak Varma and Suryakumar Yadav, and even Pollard, if he gets in, to finish it off, because I'm a little bit unsure of the rest that's coming.
Well, we did mention that they have a good bowling attack. They've done well this season so far. The batting might have been a little Butler-centric, but the bowling certainly hasn't been centered on any one person. They've been splitting the wares around, and you can see they've got a wealth of talent out there. Kuldeep Sen just the 1 over. He's been taking wickets from them. 3 from Chahal to come at the back end. Bolt is bowling his 3rd, which is the 11th of the innings. So plenty of options for them. Who is your key if they are to break this partnership?
Well, one thing is, don't give Daryl Mitchell another over. Do not do it, please, Andrew Sampson. Oh, dear. That might hurt them in the end. But, I think Chahal and Kuldeep Sen, I think they've bowled really well. I mean, Ravichandran Ashwin, he's still got 1 over to go. I mean, the fact that he's going at only, 3.3 runs per over just shows you his class, again, coming up with his different tricks. So there's quite a few overs for them to get through and score runs. So Rajasthan will be hoping that they can firstly pick up a wicket, but then squeeze, or if not, get the required run rate up. And then you bring on your main guns, and they have to go against them. And that might mean that you might jag a wicket.
Well, Chahal had a moment, as he always tends to do in a game. Should have had a wicket. It looked like a confident shout. Goes upstairs. Red, almost red. Ball hitting the stumps. The classic umpire's call argument that we've been having. If it's hitting the stumps, umpire gives it, it's out and stays out. Doesn't give it, stays not out.
Yeah, and you could see the 2 emotions on either side, couldn't you? Suryakumar Yadav just kind of putting his arm around, trying to have a joke, knowing that he got away with one potentially. And Chahal, not interested at all. Just was like, I know we're friends, but I don't really want to talk to you right now, because I should have had you. Because he was so adamant, wasn't he? He was like appealing, and when a bowler knows, and he's like, yep, straight away, that's absolutely plum. And all of his mates are trying to give him, well, is he too far out? Maybe it's missing. No. Plum. He just kept doing that. So, frustrated for him.
Yeah, you described that emotion absolutely perfectly. He was almost sulking. He said, listen, I'll talk to you later, but now's not a good time. So, yeah, it was Chahal probably will be feeling now, if he gets a second chance, he'll want to get back. I'm just imagining if he does come back, Lisa, and gets Surya out, is it going to be a small mini send off?
Oh, absolutely. And so it should be, because you know what? This is, people get offended by send offs, but when there's actual mateship with people and you have this byplay that's gone on for a long period of time and you're normally teammates, but you're not because of, the tournament you're playing, why can't you have a little bit of banter? And, Suryakumar Yadav had a go, put his arm around him. So if he gets him, tell him to pack it. So I've got no issues with it.
Yeah, it'll be lovely. But we certainly hope there's going to be a bit more of byplay, a bit more of drama still to come. Mumbai have provided it, not as much as Gujarat, but certainly they've done it probably unwittingly. Well, at the moment, that's all we see it. Edge still with Mumbai. If a wicket were to fall, they've got the class. Ball is in Chahal's hands. Wait for it. We'll come back and talk all about it at the end of the innings. That's all on Cricbuzz Comm Box from Lisa Sthalekar and myself. As the next ball disappears for six. We'll leave it at that.
Ooh.